Hi everyone! This video is about setting up CAN bus based on the popular Esoterical CAN bus guide. It is just to visualize the whole procedure, as some people might find it helpful. It is not as scary as it seems, so let's go. So just before we begin, have a read through this page. It tells you general information about the CAN bus, and it is good to know this. This page is very important as it tells you how to set up the network interface for CAN bus. Just simply follow these easy steps. Copy the required lines and paste it with the right mouse button. Click into the putty's window, then press enter. You might then be asked for your admin password, which you have to type in to be able to carry on. The CAN bus interface should now be set up correctly. It's time to reboot your printer and move on to Mainboard's flashing procedure. It is very important to have jumpers on 120R on both ends of the CAN bus network. One end is usually your mainboard and other end is your extruder, EBB36 for example, in case of 3D printers. In this video I am showing you how to set up CAN bus on Manta M8P V2. So we won't be flashing dedicated USB to CAN adapter, U2C board, so we go straight to flashing the mainboard. In case you need to use one of these U2C board, then the principle is still the same, so you should still be able to flash it. Okay, let's move on to the mainboard flashing procedure. You need to make sure you have the latest packages that are required for this process. This may take a while. It's time to install Katapult bootloader first. This is Katapult's configuration menu. You need to input required settings for your mainboard. Once you've finished, press Q and then hit enter. Katapult's firmware is being compiled, which takes only a short while. Because my mainboard uses STM32 MCU, I take STM32 flashing steps. It's time to put your mainboard in DFU mode, which will enable us to flash it. I use pencils to press and hold on boot button while I press the reset button with the other pencil. So now when you type in ls/usb command, this is what you should see. As you can see, I got an error at the end of this command, but that is probably because I have had Katapult on this mainboard prior to this video. If you do it first time, you should have no issues. It is going to work properly when I adjust the line. This is firmware configuration menu for Klipper, and same as before, we need to use Klipper settings for the mainboard. Klipper's firmware is now being compiled. This time we are going to use Katapult to flash the mainboard. You will not need to put your mainboard in DFU again thanks to using Katapult. In case you needed to update your firmware. After you paste this line, make sure you change the end of it by copying and pasting your own serial of the line above. You can simply select it and paste it by clicking right mouse button. Klipper's firmware have now been flashed to your mainboard. Let's now check your mainboard's UUID that is required for Klipper's configuration later. You should see only one UUID on here with application, Klipper, that is your mainboard. The next step now is flashing the Toolhead BTT EBB36 in my case. DFU mode again, but this time for the toolhead, which has to be connected to the mainboard via USB-C cable, along with 5V jumper. Your toolhead has now been flashed with Katapult, and it's time to shut down everything. Remove the 5V jumper, make sure you have jumpers on 120R resistors on both ends, and connect mainboard with the toolhead with CAN bus cable, then power everything back on. SSH to your mainboard again and paste this line. Now you can see two UUID, and one of them is still at Katapult stage. This is your toolhead, so make a note of this UUID as you will need it for Klipper's configuration afterwards. Klipper's firmware for our toolhead is being compiled now. Make sure to alter the end of this line and update it with your own toolhead's UUID above. The one with Katapult still. Congratulations! Your toolhead has been flashed with Klipper's firmware and you are much closer to enjoy CanBoot on your printer. Paste this line and you are good to go and start configuring your CanBoot devices. Have a read through some final steps and you are good to go. Also, don't forget to support the author of this fantastic guide as he has put a lot of work into this. Once you configure Klipper correctly, this is what you should see. My UUIDs for Mainboard's MCU, cartographer and EBB36 in the separate config file. Here you can see my CanBoot interface working properly. If you still have any questions, then please let me know in the comments. I'll help as much as I can.